is ironically enough dealing with renewable energy generation. And I want to give time for the pages and each of the members of the committee, Mr. Chairman. Some handouts. These are from some of my personal favorite media outlets, the New York Times and ABC News. But what these handouts do, I think, is underscore the need to address a real problem that most people, I don't think, are acutely aware of. It's understandable. We get a lot going on in our lives. And that is of the downside of wind power generation. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. I'll speak really slowly. This bill is in no way, shape, or form to be an designed to be an anti-wind bill. I said this episode with DCRDQ in a second. I'm going to call Scott Meacham up here, and he's going to sort of hash out an amendment in the nature of substitute, but I want to provide a little bit of background. We will, I hope, generate a greater and greater percentage of our power in the coming years via renewable energy resources, wind and solar, etc. That doesn't mean we should do so irresponsibly. So the numbers right now are an estimated 440,000 birds per year to include a number of endangered species, to include the simple nation called eagle dying via wind turbine strikes, and an estimate between 600,000 and 900,000 bats per year. And ironically, your science lesson for today is they don't die from turbine strikes because they have sonar. They die from what's called barotrauma. And what it is a rapid and massive change in barometric pressure. Essentially, we're going to fly through the turbulence caused by the turbulent state, start to be internally. And so these are bad things. Bats, while not as cute as birds, so pretty to watch, are estimated to save U.S. farmers about $3.7 billion a year just in pest removal and control. So what this bill does is it says, hey, I hope we have more wind power, but let's at least study and promulgate regulations and techniques that will allow us to generate that wind power with the lowest possible cost to our other environmental assets, our animals. Now, to speak specifically to the New York Times story and read the quote, and then I get on the call Scott Meacham, I hope he's in here. The solutions, according to the Fish and Wildlife Service, are planning and mitigation and offsets. We're trying to figure out how to work with the industry so that you can have both renewable energy and do it in a way that protects birds, and I'll add in bats, and particularly birds that are endangered species, said Jerome Ford, Director of Migratory Birds and Fish and Wildlife. So there it is. If Scott, yes, sir. And Scott,
all right, there's a motion. Substitute motion second. Motion properly supported. All those in favor of adopting the substitute, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Is that substituted by Va.Senate?
My guy is not here. Scott Meacham?
Yes, sir.
The members of the committee, the DCR and DEQ, have both been through this, and they're the ones who helped us come up with the amendment of the nation substitute, so there's a piece of the proverbial ballot.
Okay. We have a copy of this in front of them. You say you have your firms, DEQ, Game and Fisheries.
Yes, sir.
On this, specific about the regulations they're going to consult. Is this at the outside in terms of kind of what appropriate regulation?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. And not, again, we didn't do this in a way that doesn't make it cost prohibitive to the industry. It has a positive impact.
Okay. Anyone here is to speak?
If I could ask a question. These wind turbines are creating environments nature. Would you agree with this?
Well, Senator McKeeshan, I would submit that under the law that's currently on the books in Virginia, which is as a religious constitutionality, it's not a crime against nature. But since that law is being reviewed or revised, it may become one.
Comment like tails, and it has to go to match fast first and five.
Mr. Chairman, those are only in the freshman center.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the committee to protect wildlife, specifically cats?
Mr. Chair. Before we vote, I have just one comment. I plan to support this bill, but just either here or there, suppose we make this bill on the other side of the building, a section 1 bill, so we don't need to add a code section. I'll vote for the big amendments. It just seems when later generations may wonder why we felt the need to adopt this into the code.
You know, based on Senator McEachin's question, and what later generations may wonder based on code sections drafted by you. I think it may be, if it's the pleasure of the chair to pass it by, we can. I'd rather move it along. I didn't explore that avenue, to be completely honest.
Okay. Does staff have a follow on that in terms of, you drafted this copy, have a follow on that? Okay.
Mr. Chair, I really say, as someone who owns his own law office, and I got to order these new law books every year, it's expensive with all these code sections.
Just don't look at Mickey's jurisprudence contributions to my campaign.
Okay, we do have a motion properly supported that the bill in its current form, Senate Bill 123, amendment name, subject to be reported.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
You know, I have a little bit of experience with wind turbines. And, you know, we've got an awful lot of environmental activists who are out there promoting them as hard as they possibly can. And then when they're proposed, they're environmental activists who are opposing them as hard as they can for wildly different reasons. And, you know, I certainly do believe that we need to be cognizant of the impact on wildlife. But, you know, a couple of statistics that I've come across is that power lines kill 6,000 times as many birds every year as turbines. 152 million birds are killed by power lines versus 25,000 by turbines. Man-made structures kill between 500 million and 1 billion birds every year. It's buildings, birds flying in buildings. And wind turbines, an infinitesimally small percentage. And, you know, I appreciate the point that the senator is making, but with due respect to him, not sure this is a policy.
Mr. Chairman, I'm prepared to address those power lines, and power lines are calculated as fossil fuels, and the studies that have been done kill far more birds than, turbine-generated electricity. The reason for that is that on the pie graph of generation percentages, wind power is extraordinarily low, while your traditional fossil fuels are extraordinarily high. Per kilowatt hour bird deaths are about 5 times higher by wind power than any other type of power generation. I think it's also safe to assume that we're in a world where we'll move towards more renewable resources, and as such, while the numbers may be lower now than some other things, as we generate more electricity via these clean and renewable resources, the numbers will go up, and I think it's a responsible and good stewardship step to take to do this.
Okay. Mr. Garrett, you want to try to move the bill and then consider order the section on bill later?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, that'd be better.
We do have a motion properly supported that the bill be reported in substitute form. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Any for the noes? Everybody? Okay, the bill's reported 9 to 5.
Mr. Chairman, I look forward to coming back and talk about coyotes and feral dogs.
Dealerships, and I'm trying to work out an agreement with various interested parties, so I can take that over next week.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you have documentation, but I have some here.
Senate Bill 551,
To be recorded.
and is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion properly supported.